Asalam-o-Alikum. In international economics, today our topic is Heckscher Ohlin theory. The modern theory is also referred to as the Heckscher Ohlin theory or the factor endowment theory. So we know that there is other two names of this theory. The one is modern theory and the second one is factor endowment theory. So this theory states that a country exports depend on its resource endowment. A country can either have a capital abundant economy or a labor intensive economy. In case it is a capital abundant economy, it will produce and export capital goods with relative ease. Whereas in case of about intensive economy, it will produce and export labor intensive goods. If it is labor intensive, it will produce labor intensive goods. If it is capital abundant economy, it will produce and export these product which is on which capital is used more than labor. Modern theory is based on the concept of resource or factor endowment. Simply put, factor endowment means the number of resources that a country has for manufacturing and trading. These resources could include land, labor, and money, among others. The number of factor endowment is directly proportional to the number of exports of a country. Now we will discuss some example or illustration about this. Consider the factor endowment as iron ores. A country A is abundant with these while country B does not have any iron ores. Hence, a country A will specialize in and export iron due to its endowment of iron ore land. It further states that comparative advantage is the reason why a country chooses to produce and export goods. As we already discussed about comparative advantage theory, so comparative advantage जिस country को ज़्यादा होगा वो उस product को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा produce करेगी. Comparative advantage essentially means taking advantage of the factors present in abundance in your country because there is less demand and high supply in a country. So the when there is less demand, so that product is very cheap. Since these factors are present in abundance, they will available at a lower cost due to less demand. While products with more demand but fewer factors in a country would lead to high prices. This latter is when a country chooses to import the goods. Under this theory, the abundance amount of capital or labor is not important, but the amount available per person is what counts. For example, India might have bigger capital factor than, say, a small country like Austria, but if counted in capital per person terms, Austria might be higher than India, and this is what is taken into consideration under this theory. Features and essentials of the theory. The trade depend on factor intensity. What does it mean, factor intensity? Factor intensity means relative pricing of the labor in nation 1 will be less than that in nation 2. So जिसके पास जिस कंट्री के पास जौन सा प्रोडक्ट ज़्यादा होगा वो उसको यूज़ करेगी क्योंकि उसकी प्राइस जो है वो कम है और डिमांड कम है तो वो चीज़ जो है वो सस्ती है. अगर वो लेबर को यूज़ कर रही है, लेबर अबंडेंट कंट्री है, लेबर ज़्यादा अवेलेबल है तो वो लेबर को यूज़ करके अपना प्रोडक्ट को अपने प्रोडक्ट को तैयार करेगी और प्रॉफिट को मैक्सिमाइज करेगी. सो ऑन द अदर हैंड अगर दूसरी कंट्री जो है वो कैपिटल इंटेंसिव है तो वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कैपिटल को यूज़ करेगी और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उन प्रोडक्ट को प्रोड्यूस करेगी जिसमें कैपिटल ज़्यादा यूज़ हो. तो उस कंट्री में जो कैपिटल का डिमांड है वो कम है और प्राइस भी कम है उसकी, तो वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सस्ती चीज़ को यूज़ करके अपना ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट को generate करेगा. So different factors are used in different proportions to manufacture a product. Hence, when we say that a commodity A is labor intensive, it means that more labor is used in the production of the commodity than it is used in producing a commodity B. On the same lines, more capital would be used to produce commodity B as compared to commodity A. वही बात जो अभी हमने डिस्कस कर ली. So illustration इसका देख लेते हैं. Let us say commodity A needs 10 unit of capital and 10 unit of labor. Here the capital labor ratio is 10 by 10. In the same way, commodity B needs 5 unit of capital and 10 unit of labor. Hence the capital labor ratio is 5 by 10, which is 0.5. Thus we can conclude that commodity A is more capital intensive than commodity B. अब इसको हम देख लेते हैं. जो हेक्सर ओलन ने अपना एक इक्वेशन दिया था. इक्वेशन क्या था? इक्वेशन था कि रेशो जो है प्राइस ऑफ लेबर का रेशो और प्राइस ऑफ कैपिटल का रेशो फॉर कंट्री 1 एंड ऑन द अदर हैंड जो price ratio of labor and price of labor or divided by price of capital for country 2. So जो यहाँ पर हमारे पास रेशो है वो कंट्री ए का वो लेस देन या कम है रेशो ऑफ कैपिटल लेबर और कैपिटल फॉर द नेशन 2. सो यहाँ पर हमारे पास अगर इसको हम न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यूज दे दें तो वो क्या होगी. जो कंट्री 1 है उसमें हमारे पास जो लेबर है वो कम है और जो कैपिटल है वो ज़्यादा है, तो वो आ गई हमारे पास लेबर इंटेंसिव. ऑन द अदर हैंड जो हमारे पास सेकंड नेशन है और अगर उसको हम वैल्यू दे दें 2/1, उसमें जो लेबर है वो ज़्यादा है तो वो लेबर इंटेंसिव होगी क्योंकि ज़्यादा लेबर है. और जो दूसरी कंट्री है जो फर्स्ट 2 और नेशन 1 है वो हमारे पास कैपिटल उसमें ज़्यादा यूज़ हो रहा है तो वो कैपिटल इंटेंसिव है. और जो जिसमें लेबर ज़्यादा है तो वो लेबर इंटेंसिव कंट्री है. सो जो रेशो है वो लेबर का देखें तो हमारे पास जो नेशन 1 है उसमें लेबर की वैल्यू जो है वो 1 है, वो कम है एज कंपेयर टू द सेकेंड नेशन. तो यहाँ पर हम ये कह सकते हैं जो कैपिटल लेबर रेशो ऑफ for nation 1 is less than for the capital labor ratio of the for the second nation. This is what we already discussed in the illustration. Now we will discuss the assumption of this theory. So the model 222 model. According to this theory, there are two countries, two products and two factors of production, which is labor and capital. As we already discussed in the previous classes in the absolute theory and the modern Ricardian theory, that these two models are about 2 to 1, where two countries, two product and one factor which is labor. But in this theory, this model is about 2 to 2, which is two countries, two product and two factor of production, which is labor and capital. The constant return to scale, as we already discussed in the previous assumptions, constant return to scale means जितना इनपुट होगा उतना ही आउटपुट होगा. सो There are constant return to scale for both the commodity. This means that in case of input of the product are double, then the output will also be double. Technology is identical in the market. This theory assumes that the same technology is used for the production in both countries. Thus, only the factor endowment will differ and all the other circumstances remain the same. This is about लेंथ ऑफ पैराडॉक्स जो कि इसका क्रिटिसिज्म है जो कि हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में कवर करेंगे ये उसके लिए ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है ये अजम्पशन जो है क्योंकि इसमें क्या कहा है कि ये थ्योरी जो है ये अज्यूम करती है सेम टेक्नोलॉजी एंड फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ बोथ कंट्रीज सो दोनों कंट्रीज में जो टेक्नोलॉजी है वो सेम है thus only the factor endowment will differ and all the other circumstances will remain the same. Perfect competition exists in all the markets. According to this theory, there are no monopolistic or oligopolistic structure. There is perfect competition and hence economic profit would not exist in the long run and each of the factor is paid according to their marginal product. The factor density is used to rank the commodities. If a nation is producing two products, then one of them will require less of the factor while the other will require more of a factor. This allows us to rank them according to the capital labor ratio. There is no transportation cost. The theory assumes that there are zero transportation costs, though they might lead to a reduction in the trade volume, and the trade pattern would not change due to transportation cost. It is based on free trade and complete specialization is not possible. The final output can be freely traded in the market as per this theory and complete specialization is not possible in producing one commodity. Hence both nations would be producing both commodities.